Hello everybody, my name is Andrew Rubin, and today I would like to bring you a message, a very important message that I received. Probably you will ask me, where do you get it from? And I'll tell you that universe has a so-called consciousness. So it's open source and all information is available. And actually we live in this information. So the only way is just to receive it, right? Okay. Before we started, I would like to mention a few things. First thing is regarding vaccination. Yes, and this is especially for YouTube, for Facebook, for other social platforms. Yeah. So I am not anti-vaccinator. I am not pro-vaccinator. Just make it clear. There is nothing to do with anti-vaccination or pro-vaccination. I am just deliver the message that I receive, and that message is about voluntary vaccination. So that means that to give right to every individual to make decision to take the risk or whatever, but again it's up to each individual to decide if he wants to do vaccination or he doesn't. And today I would like you to bring this message, to explain what is that. Yeah. And currently there is and this is actually for a long time, for over 100 years there is expression, and that comes from generation to generation, that the virus it transmits through non-vaccinated people. Yeah, so non-vaccinated people, it was like impression was created that non-vaccinated people, they are the threat to society, and that was coming from long time ago. And because of that, a lot of people, I would say vast majority of people, they still think that non-vaccinated people, they are the threat to themselves. Yeah? Even governor of New York was saying that like a reason for lockdown, because other people can infect him and other people.
Yeah, it's your life. Do whatever you want. But you're now responsible for my life. You have a responsibility to me. It's not just about you. You have a responsibility to me, right? We started here saying it's not about me, it's about we. Get your head around the we concept. So it's not all about you. It's about me too. It's about we.
So that's impression was created, as I'm saying that, for a long time. Yeah, by the way, I'm not a good speaker, I would like to say. I'm just a messenger. So that's why I would like to bring you the message, but I'm not like on TV show or something like that. That's why I would like to apologize for that. And so in society there is impression that all people, they have to be vaccinated because non-vaccinated people, they transmit the disease, and because of that they are the threat to other people. That is incorrect, and that is why it is important to educate people, to explain how it works, how virus affect people. Because I'm saying that for a long time, over a century, more than 1 century, people lived under the impression that virus is passing from one person to another and so on, and that non-infected, non-vaccinated people, they are the transmitters of disease. In fact, all people transmitters of disease, including vaccinated people, they as well transmit disease. So that is why currently there is no point for doing any sort of lawsuits and so on, because first, that is impression in vast majority of people, how it works with a virus that is transmitting from one person to another, and everybody has to be vaccinated, and non-vaccinated people are a threat to others. This is umbrella was created. And the second thing is it's actually illegal case was in 2005, so called Jacobson versus Massachusetts, where the High Court, U.S. High Court, made decision that in the name of the healthy of society, then the power of state has to dominate the individual rights. So basically, it has to be provided mandatory vaccination, if that would be required.
Let me put it very clearly. You have no constitutional right to endanger the public and spread a disease, even if you disagree. You have no right not to be vaccinated. You have no right not to wear a mask. You have no right to open up your business.
Wait, can I stop you? No right not to be vaccinated, meaning if they decide you have to be vaccinated, we have to be vaccinated?
Absolutely. And if you refuse to be vaccinated, the state has the power to literally take you to a doctor's office and plunge a needle into your arm. If the vaccination
Where is that in the Constitution?
If the vaccination is designed to prevent the spreading disease. If the vaccination is only to prevent a disease that you will get, for example, if there's a disease that will kill you, you have the right to refuse that, but you have no right to refuse to be vaccinated against a contagious disease. Public health, the police power of the Constitution, gives the state the power to compel that, and there are cases in the United States Supreme Court.
Yeah. So and that is like a fundamental law which people like companies, pharmaceutical companies who manufacture vaccines, they use that as a cornerstone for implementing that mandatory vaccination. So today I would like to explain you the message that I got, how to deal with that. And please consider that seriously, because currently everything is ready for mandatory vaccination. So the money already paid. Even recently, they were collected. Recently, it was a conference, Vaccine 2020, where it was held in the UK, and they were collected $8.8 billion of funding for creating vaccine and actually implemented vaccine. So basically through mandatory vaccination.
Today, together we have replenished this alliance, and here comes the number that you've been waiting for. We have secured a fantastic. I get the scoop. I'm able to reveal it. I'm proud to say we have secured a fantastic $8.8 billion for Gavi's vital work over the next 5 years. So take a bow, everybody. Thank you very, very much. I want to say a particular thanks, obviously, to you, to Bill, and to Melinda Gates for your generosity, your philanthropy yet again, your continued leadership in humanity's battle against disease. our ancestors had to live with the unavoidable reality that killer pathogens could at any time strike down their children. Vaccines work. People who are vaccinated protect themselves and the rest of the population by lowering the spread and risk of infection. It will require a new international effort to cooperate on the surveillance and the sharing of information, data. Data is king, that can underpin a global alert system so we can rapidly identify any future outbreak. And it will need a radical scaling up of our global capacity to respond, exactly as Bill set out 5 years ago. So just as Britain has been honored to host this summit today, you can count on our full contribution as together we rise to fulfill the greatest shared endeavor of our lifetimes, the triumph of humanity over disease, now and for the generations that follow.
Or somebody could say that, oh, but it doesn't say mandatory vaccination there. Yes and no, because you need to read between lines. Because even the Gavi CEO, and that's what the Gavi Alliance, so he was, I would like to quote what he was saying, that this pandemic has made it brutally clear that vaccines don't just prevent infections, disease, and save lives. They are also essential in helping to maintain global security, social cohesion, and economic stability. Before that he wrote, with more than 100 vaccines for COVID-19 now in development, it is fair to say that never before has a vaccine been so widely anticipated or needed, because it is now accepted that the only way to end this coronavirus pandemic, minimize loss of life, and return to some semblance of normality is through vaccination. So this was written by CEO of Gavi Alliance. As well as it is not a secret that all laws for mandatory vaccination, they're already prepared in different countries. They didn't pass through parliament yet because all those countries, they're waiting for vaccine to become available. And that is only holding them. So what I'm trying to say that everything now is ready for mandatory vaccination of population. No, of course, there is no need for that. With a death rate, as CDC was saying, around 0.26%, and it's very much the same as influenza, as the flu. But companies and the fundings, they invested in pharmaceutical companies. Yeah, they don't care, about that percentage. This is a pure business, nothing to do with health or something. It's a pure business of delivering the product. So currently everything is ready to implement that procedure, those vaccines. So all the politics is ready, governments are ready, people are already at lockdown, the panic already there, the law already there, because as I mentioned that the High Court ruling, which was in 2005, so everything is ready. And so they're only waiting for vaccination, for vaccine to come and start vaccination. And there's a lot of money involved, and they already paid for that. So that's why, like, what to do? Is it any way how to change this? And the answer is yes. There is only one way how to deal with this. And that is nothing to do with riots, with some demonstrations or something disobeying and so on. No, that is not a way, because as most of the people, they are under the impression that non-vaccinated people, they are a threat to their own lives. Of course they will say, yes, we want everybody to be vaccinated. Yeah? For example, if I'm under the impression that if somebody is not vaccinated is a threat to me, of course I will vote for the law saying that, oh, everybody has to be vaccinated, because I'm trying to protect myself. So just try to remember, every person wants to protect himself or herself. It's not about somebody's lives, it's about this particular life. Yeah? So how to deal with this? How to deal with this situation? And as I'm saying that, is it possible to win? Yes, it is possible. Is it easier? No, not easier. Is it possible? Yes, 100% possible. And everything depends only on people. I will just try to explain you what should be done. It's like a simple instruction. And that's what the message I received, and I just share with you. So first, number one, first step, first stage of this movement, you can call movement, is to educate people. So education. So educate people how virus works, how it transmits. Because try to understand that the knowledge that people had 100 years ago is different what we know now. And so for that, first you need to understand yourself, and then when you will know, then you need to pass this knowledge to other people. And because this is true, you don't need to hide something. That is why it is easier to pass, and you can answer on any questions, whatever people will ask you. You do this openly, and you do this with honor, with respect, with love to all the people. That is the same as it was 2000 years ago, when person was saying to his disciples, go to all around the world and deliver the message, give them the teaching how to live, how for people to live happy their life, how to follow the guideline. So very much the same is right now regarding this voluntary vaccination. And so how virus works. And as well, you can ask doctors, you can ask immunologists, you can ask anybody, because you need to know first. So first thing which is important, that vaccination does not kill virus. This is point number one. I would like to repeat, vaccination does not kill virus. So what vaccination does, vaccination only helps, in ideal situation, helps to develop so-called herd immunity. So people's immunity to this disease. So how it works, I explained in my previous video that a small portion, together with some poison, injected into the human body, and then reaction human body on that vaccine produces antibodies which withstand with the virus. And so the virus is everywhere all the time, in small quantities. Just try to explain. In small quantities, like flu, like hepatitis, in small quantities, it's all time everywhere. Yeah. But people whose immune system is low, with like some problems, they can get sick, they can get ill of that particular disease. And then they generate a lot of those viruses, a lot of those virus cells, which then they spread around. But transmitting them, anybody is transmitting them, including vaccinated people. They are transmitters virus as well. But non-vaccinated people, they have no threat to vaccinated people whatsoever, or to other people, because for vaccinated people they already have antibodies through vaccination. That is why virus, there is no difference for them. For people who are not vaccinated, if they are not vaccinated, their immune system is strong enough to withstand that virus. So they take this risk, saying, okay, I take this risk. If I will get sick, I accept this. I will isolate myself and I will stay. Yes, I know that I could die, for example, yeah, but I accept this risk. I have no threat to anybody around me. The same way, I repeat this, the same way as person who was vaccinated has a threat to other members of society, because he can transmit the virus. So because of that, when vaccinated people will know that non-vaccinated person has no threat to them whatsoever, then the situation will change. First, it changes in the mind of those people, and then instead of separating people, like vaccinated, non-vaccinated, and so on, it will unite. So people will unite together because they will understand that each of them, they're not threat to each other. So first thing important, to educate all people around you. What is vaccination? What is threat? What is transmission of virus? What is virus? How it lives? Yeah. And when non-vaccinated people, they get this virus, if their immune system is strong, immune system will generate antibodies, because what will fight the virus, and then they have immunity forever, for life, from this particular virus. As vaccinated people, they feel that the immune system is not strong as they want it to be, then they use vaccination in order to get those antibodies. So first is education, and education depends only on you. If you think that you will keep quiet and that will just pass by, no, that will not happen. Because if people know that only vaccination currently will, as what companies, they produce vaccines, they deliver this message, they spread this message around all the time, that only vaccination is a solution for the problem. And as soon as people will accept that, then it will go forever. then it will go another vaccination, another, and so on. It will be endless. It's a pure business, nothing to do with health of people. Even that companies will say, oh yeah, we do this for good for people. No, don't tell us this story because you produce those vaccines. It's the same as a while ago, companies, those making cigarettes, they were explaining how good the smoking is, and the advertisements how good and how fancy that it's like a fashion. Fashion is the models they're smoking, but then later on, the scientists and people and the legal system came to conclusion that it is very dangerous. But those companies manufacturing cigarettes, they were denying this until the last moment, until some whistleblowers came. It's another story. So I'm saying that the companies that manufacture vaccines, they will say that this is the best thing, is like promoting their vaccines. But again, we are not fighting with them. We are fighting for truth to be revealed and for the choices as a basic ground for humans. The choices, the free will, which was given to people from the very beginning. And that was free will was given by Creator. That is why if somebody wants to take it, then we need to protect. This is a basic thing. But again, I'm saying that there is nothing to do with some riots or some manifestations. We do this peacefully, and we do this in the right way. So first thing, education. Please educate your neighbors, educate your friends, educate everywhere. Don't be afraid, because this is your responsibility. You don't do this for me, you don't do this for somebody else, you do this for yourself, for your children, for your neighbors. You do this for everybody, for the children of your children. So you do this in order for people to have their choice, their free will. So first, education of people, and we need this to do not like within year, 2 years. No, this is a very tight time frame, because as I mentioned in the beginning, that it's already paid. So people and fundings, they have a lot of money, billions of money. They just pay and says, okay, we want this to be delivered. And then governments, they just do this. They just implement based on those money. That is why we don't have such type of money. But we have the truth, and the truth always wins. But we need to deliver this truth. We need to reveal it. We need to be that light, that candle, the light that brings a light everywhere, which lights all around. So first, this is education. Second step after that, approximately, let's say about 2 months time, then the next step will be to get the petitions. So basically, people, let's say, when you do this, unite some small groups, neighbors, and do this, like promote, because you bring this message to other people. I'm saying that it's very much the same as it was 2,000 years ago, when people were delivering the knowledge, the teaching, the message. And then after that, second step is to create petitions. in support of voluntary vaccination and get signatures from people who are supporting this, explaining them what is that you are not against like vaccination, you are not pro-vaccination, you just for voluntary, to let people decide themselves, and that is the no threat to each other. So in that petition, to get people's names, signatures, and then their phone numbers. Why phone numbers? Because it is possible, and I would expect, I would not be surprised of that, that as our movement would grow, and when pharmaceutical companies and like Bill Gates Foundation and others would see this as they would recognize as a threat to their plans, because looking at their plans, they say, oh, everything is ready, just get vaccine and inject to everybody, and that's it. They all belongs to us forever, because they will be dependent on our vaccines. That is why it is possible they will start shut down accounts, YouTube channels, and so on. And the way of communication would be through the phone numbers, connecting people, so WhatsApp, messengers, in this way. So this is like to expect that and to be prepared for that. So then, after those list of people would have, let's say, a lot of people. Basically, when majority of people will support our movement, then with those petitions, then we bring this. So everybody brings this knowledge, this knowledge from this movement brings to the member of parliament. And because member of parliament, this is important thing, member of parliament is not like a separate somebody there, it's representative of people. So representatives, they represent the will of people. So then people would ask the member of parliament from their constituency, say, listen, we don't want you to vote for this law, for this bill of mandatory vaccination, and explain why. And then says, no, I'm not asking you not to do, I am ordering you, because you represent me and I give you my order. Don't do this. Because bear in mind, if you still do this against my will, as my representative, the next step after that, I have no choice but immediately replace you. This is very much the same, I will try to explain. Somebody will say, oh, but we voted for 4 years and they have to be there. No. Tell you why, and explain you. If I, for example, sign a contract with somebody else to manage my bank account, my private bank account, and say, okay, he says that he has a lot of experience, he will represent me through my bank account, managed in a nice way. Okay, sign for 4 years. But if I notice that this person is doing something dodgy with my bank account, and the money, they go somewhere else without my approval, without my knowledge, and then would I wait for when 4 years would expire? No, I would terminate the contract immediately, with effect immediately, because that directly affects my finances, my account. So the same way happens with my representative member of parliament. If he or she does not do what public is ordering them to do, they have to be replaced immediately. I repeat it. because they don't deal in my interest. So that's why they don't represent me anymore. So this is the first, I repeat, first step, education, time, very tight time frame. Second, petition, gathering people and collecting all these phone numbers, data about supporting people, and continue as well doing education all this time, because I'm saying that that message from pharmaceutical companies was passing for a long time. So that's why we need to do it right now, and that everything depends on us, because our life depends on us. So after petition, we go there, we deliver this to Member of Parliament, we ask them, we ordering them what to do, what not to do, and make them aware that if they will do differently, we will take immediate action of replacing them. So before they will make decision, they will think, because we are not joking, we are very serious. And the third step, which we need to prepare as well, is a legal case, because as a backup, if they will decide to go ahead, because a lot of money involved, then it's a legal case, and we will challenge the High Court. We will challenge that High Court decision, U.S. High Court decision, Jacobson and Massachusetts, which was in 1905, because at that time there were different grounds. At that time it was a different disease, and at that time there were different conditions. And now everything is different. That is why we have prepared the case in order to bring this, to challenge it. So that's what we have to do, and this is, I'm saying, this is a hard work, but again, we are working for ourselves, not for somebody else. And I'm saying it, we can make the change. Everything depends on us. And I even prepared some, yes. I even prepared some like movement, and for this one, it's a like voluntary vaccination. You can put this in t-shirt, any place, and somebody probably will ask you what is that, and you explain, and then start saying the meaning of that. And this is like a proposal. It's like asking, what do you think? But again, we need to do this. It's urgent. It's an urgent matter. Any questions? Ask me, please. As well, any doctors, everybody, please unite together. I'm saying that we unite all people. We unite pro-vaccination people. We unite anti-vaccination people. We unite all people together, because separating, it's not good for anybody. We need to live together. We need to live in love. Love, respect, dignity. Those qualities that we need to grow in ourselves. We need to use them every day, because this is our life. And we do this for ourselves, for all humanity. And by the way, somebody probably could say that probably you saw the movie called V for Vendetta, but nothing to do with this. So we have no vendetta. We only go using the love, honor, dignity, respect, the same way as teaching. And when you do teaching, when you do education, please do in the same kind way. Do this with love as for example, teachers or parents, they teach their children. And because every person inside has a piece of love, but we need to help to grow that love. And then we will be very, very powerful, and we will be very strong, even without having all those billions of dollars. But together we can do much, much more than those billions of dollars. And this is a message I would like to share with you, the message that I received. And yes, any questions, anytime, please share this video and try to understand. As many people will understand the truth, as many people will be that light which makes light in the darkness, as the light will be our world. And yeah, please share, and all the best, and God bless you. Bye.